Well, be careful what you wish for. So I complained with the last thing they released on Kraven that it didn't seem to have any real identity or style, and insofar as it didn't look too good. So here, definitely the actors are committed. I mean, Russell Crowe sounded laughable last time. Here he sounds at least silly, but not completely silly, like Borderlands silly. So what is happening? Well, a lot of this trailer is just Kraven getting out of a Russian prison. And I kind of was fearful they were going to do this, and they did it, and they did it full stop. This is really not Craven connected to the comics at all. They do have the classic costume at the very end, but really it's like a total new origin. In the comics, Craven's supposed to come from an aristocratic family during the time of Bolshevik Russia. That's always been a big dilemma with the comics is that how old is Craven? How old can he be to be still be fighting Spider-Man? Well, they resolve that in a great story where he dies. But there you go. There he had a very complex, interesting backstory, very mythic kind of storytelling. This one is generic action man, and he's running around and walking around like an animal. So I'm guessing he has kind of powers that animalize him. Okay, but it's a little monotonic. I mean, Craven hunted many kinds of creatures. Here it just seems to be he likes to hunt in Africa. He picked up a hot black girl, and he's vaguely on a revenge trip. Because reasons, I guess. And a lot of the film will be him chasing the hunted, and the rhino will get in the way. Well, let's state the obvious that this version of the rhino looks better than the Paul Giamatti version, which was like, what the hell was that? It looked like a really bad PS2 villain. I was like, alrighty then. Oh boy. So it reminds you some progress has been made from Amazing Spider Man. That's probably the very low point. I mean, Amazing Spider Man 1 and 2 make Venom look good, and I don't like the Venom trilogy. But as always, I think they're just missing the point with Craven. This is a very epic, mythic character. You have to treat the story a little seriously, and here it just seems like just very generic action comedy nonsense. Now, we've had really great action comedies all this summer. Bad Boys, Axel F, no issue with that. Or even Deadpool and Wolverine, which is also R-rated kind of comedy action. That is fine. That makes sense for those characters, especially Wolverine. Wolverine is flexible. You can do that with Wolverine, but Craven is a little bit different. Yes, granted, he does look goofy, and it does look a very bombastic character, but there's a very serious side. And you have an R rating, so you have a great opportunity. But here it's just being used to have lots of CGI blood in him, putting his teeth into people like he's Morbius and a vampire. I don't, whatever. So yeah, I can't say this is a great trailer. Maybe it will just be okay amusing instead of just laughably stupid like Borderlands. But I mean, aside from a few Easter eggs, really, what is this universe? Who is Craven? Is he going to meet Spider Man? Is he in the Venom universe? It's so disjointed at this point. But again, spirited performances, so they're really giving everything to this, I think, very weak script. And the directing, at least, okay. Some shots were impressive. Yes, it's all fake CGI, but they looked fine. But too much of the trailer is still kind of mushy, gunky CGI. I even wondered, did they actually film in Russia? Did they go to that length? I doubt it. I don't know. So it could have been looking a lot worse. I'll give this a 5.5. I'm feeling generous. There we are. Craven. Not worth seeing yet, but we'll see.